Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya
Jaya Dvaita
Nityananda
Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Daita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Daita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya
Jaya
Nityananda
Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Daita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta
Sri
Vrinda
Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai.
Jai
Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki jai.
Jai
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai
Samaveta Gaur Bhakta Vrind ki jai.
Jai
Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuttapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to today's Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita reading. We are reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, Chapter 3, Lord Chaitanya's stay in Advaitacharya's house. So yesterday we read, after the whole prasadam pastime, Advaitacharya fed the lords nicely, and then they had loving exchanges where Advaitacharya was trying to give nice offerings after prasadam, garlands and sandal paste, so on and so forth. And Mahaprabhu said, "You go and take prasadam. Enough of you made me dance in so many ways. Now enough. Stop. Go and take prasadam." Okay. Then many people from Shantipur came to know that Mahaprabhu is there, so they all arrived at Advaitacharya's home to take darshan. They were amazed to see the effulgent, beautiful, glowing form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So many people were coming and going throughout the day. So this was lunch prasadam. So after that, Mahaprabhu was just sitting there, or he was seated on the bed. And then many people came. So they would come and they would go. How many people came and went? There's no counting. And then in the evening, Advaitacharya began Sankirtan. Sankirtan. And Mahaprabhu was still seated, and Advaitacharya is dancing in ecstasy. And while performing Kirtan, Advaitacharya was reciting one verse. This was actually a verse from the poetry of Vidyapati, and that verse is actually showing the feelings of Srimati Radharani when she met Krishna once again. So Srimati Radharani is telling her friends, my dear friends, today I'm experiencing the highest transcendental ecstasy. After many, many days, Krishna has come to my house. Advaita Acharya is reciting that verse uh, to show his own feelings, how he's feeling so happy that the Lord has come. So he's reciting that verse to express his feelings. And he was in great ecstasy while dancing. His whole body was, there were manifestations of ecstatic symptoms on his body, like trembling, tears, choking of the voice, crying, roaring loudly, bellowing, like that. And again, he said, like this dancing going around in various ways, twirling around and around, dancing. He fell on the feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he said, for many days, you have been bluffing me. You have been escaping from me. I wouldn't be able to catch you. But today, I have, you are in my house finally. So now I'm going to tie you up in this house. I'm going to tie you up so that you won't leave me again, like that. So in this way, in great ecstasy, Advaita Acharya continued the Sankirtan. Actually, throughout the night, for 3 hours into the night, he was performing Sankirtan, he was dancing in various ways in ecstasy. And he actually danced all night. And while Advaita Acharya was dancing, Nityananda Prabhu followed behind him, also dancing. Haridas Thakur also joined. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he listened to Advaita Acharya's kirtan, he witnessed Advaita Acharya's ecstasies. Mahaprabhu now began to feel separation of Krishna himself. And it was reaching such heights, his ecstasy of separation, that he could not contain it anymore and he just fell down. He fell down on the ground. Seeing this, Advaita Acharya stopped dancing and singing. And Mukunda, who was the singer of the Lord, understanding the Lord's feelings of ecstasy, of separation from Krishna, he started to sing verses from the scripture of Srimati Radharani's separation from Krishna. And when he started reciting these verses, it only increased the separation of Mahaprabhu from Krishna. It only heightened his pain of ecstasy. So Mukunda was reciting the verses. Of course, you see, we saw this already. The ecstasies or prema are such. On one hand, it is severe pain, but that severe pain is actually the source of the highest pleasure. It is as if the soldiers, right? Soldiers means obviously there's enemies, two parties. They're fighting with each other, trying to get an upper hand. So this is what is going on in the consciousness of this devotee who is in prema. So there is severe pain, unbearable pain. It's like poison, which is, you'd rather die than feel that pain. It's such severe pain. And at the same time, that pain is the source of the highest pleasure. So Mahaprabhu is experiencing that pain and also these opposite emotions, right? There's pleasure and there's also disappointment, opposites. and both are fighting for an upper hand. Like this, not just one set of opposites, so many sets of opposites simultaneously are, contending with each other, trying to get an upper hand inside the person, this person. So the body, it's like literally being like a mad elephant goes into a beautiful garden and smashes. The body is getting smashed by all these emotions. And by the way, these emotions are not like material emotions. This is on the spiritual body. All this happens only in the spiritual body. This happens, it cannot happen in the material body. So Mukunda, when he saw that Mahaprabhu is experiencing ecstasy, he started saying verses that only would increase the Lord's ecstasy, because ecstasy, it is also the highest pleasure. But what was the result of Mukunda singing these verses? Mahaprabhu, his pain increased even more. Meanwhile, uh, Advaitacharya came, he stopped singing and dancing. He picked up Mahaprabhu so that he could also participate, right? Dance, right? So he picked him up, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could not be held properly because he was, he would fall down or he would start crying, he would start trembling violently. Then yesterday we read Mukunda started singing further verses, and in the purport, Srila Prabhupada said, now he started singing verses about the meeting of Radha and Krishna. When he saw the pain of Mahaprabhu, he started singing verses about the meeting of Radha Krishna. So now we have to see, did that actually mitigate the suffering of the Lord? And what exactly did Mukunda sing? Right? So let's continue. Text, uh, actually, yes. So I'll just read 24 so you will know where we are. Okay. See, Advaitacharya, okay, let's read what Mukunda said. Okay, Mahaprabhu fell down. Then Mukunda began to sing stanzas that only augmented the force of the Lord's ecstasy. Augmented means it increased, added to the force of Mahaprabhu's ecstasy. Then Advaitacharya raised the body of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to help him dance. But the Lord, after hearing the stanzas sung by Mukunda, could not be held due to his bodily symptoms. Tears fell from his eyes and his whole body trembled. His bodily hair stood on end. He perspired heavily and his words faltered. Sometimes he stood and sometimes he fell and sometimes he cried. So what is it that Mukunda had sang? Mukunda was singing, my dear intimate friend, what has happened to me? What has not happened to me? As a result of love of Krishna, like in Hindi they say, koi kasar nahi chhod diya, right? Nothing remained. Everything has happened to me. All types of pains I have gone through, like that. What has not happened to me? Due to the effects of the poison of love for Krishna, my body and mind have been severely afflicted. So next verse. Mukunda is still singing. Ratri dine pode mana soyasti na pan, jaha gele kanupan, taha udijan. Okay. Ratri dine pode mana soyasti na pan. Day and night, I'm not able to get any rest. My mind, right, is not able to get any rest. So when you sleep at night, you get some rest, right? So your mind, of course, you're still dreaming, but yeah, but you're still relaxed, isn't it? When you sleep at night, your mind is also relaxed. Although it is active, but it is still relaxed when you sleep, isn't it? Um, like when you're preparing for something, studying, let's say for an exam, right? Studying for many hours. Then when you sleep for some time, doesn't your mind get some rest? Even though you may be dreaming, still you're relaxed. When you wake up after a few hours, you're refreshed. So like that. But here, in this verse, sung by Mukunda, Srimati Radharani is saying, my feeling is like this. My mind burns day and night, and I can get no rest. No rest. That means no sleep also. No rest. Day and night, my mind is burning, and I get no rest. If there were some place I could go to meet Krishna, I would immediately fly there. Okay. Then এই পদ গায়ে মুকুন্দ মধুর সুস্বরে শুনিয়া প্রভুর চিত্ত অন্তরে vidare. Although it's very sweet, Mukunda was singing this verse that, oh, my mind is burning day and night, I can't get any rest. If there is any place where I can find Krishna, I would fly there immediately. He was singing in a very, very sweet voice. But what was the effect of this sweet voice on Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? So when you eat something very sweet, what should happen to you? Or you hear very sweet music, what should happen to you? It should really relax you, pacify you, right? But here very sweetly, in very sweet melody and voice, Mukunda is singing this verse, and the effect on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's heart was, it was ripped to pieces by hearing this. Vidare, split into pieces. Chitta antare vidare. Shunya Prabhura chitta, his heart, antare vidare, it was split into pieces within. This stanza was sung by Mukunda in a very sweet voice, but as soon as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard this stanza, his mind went to pieces. It was not actually relaxing him or making him, it just heightened his ecstasy of separation, thereby the pain that comes. निर्वेद विषाद हर्ष चापल्य गर्व दैन्य प्रभुर सहित युद्ध करे भाव सैन्य. So this is what is happening in Mahaprabhu's transit. Nirveda, disappointment. Vishada, sadness, moroseness. Harsha, pleasure. Chapalya, restlessness. Chapala, right? Chapalya, restlessness. Garva, pride. Dainya, very, very meek and humble. Dainya. Prabhura Sahita Yuddha Kore. So all these are like soldiers. Bhava Sainya. What type of soldiers? Ecstatic feelings. These are all ecstatic feelings that are like soldiers, not human soldiers. They are soldiers of Bhava. What are these different Bhavas? Nirveda, Vishada, Harsha, Chapalya, Garva, Dainya. All are opposites if you see. Right? Disappointment, moroseness, and pleasure. Nirveda, Vishada, and Harsha. These are opposites. Then Chapalya, restlessness. Garva and Dainya, pride and humility. So they're fighting with each other. The transcendental ecstatic symptoms of disappointment, moroseness, pleasure, restlessness, pride, and humility all began to fight like soldiers within the Lord. The transcendental ecstatic symptoms of disappointment, moroseness, pleasure, restlessness, pride, and humility all began to fight like soldiers within the Lord. Purport. Harsha is described in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Harsha is experienced when one finally attains the desired goal of life. This is Harsha. Harsha is not just pleasure. It is after you achieve, you have a goal in life, when you finally get it, the experience that you get, that is called Harsha, right? You may have seen, I don't know, when they play these long tennis matches or even cricket, when they win, how do they show how the players experience, like joy of winning, of achieving. This is the result of all their hard work and all their tapasya. That is harsha. And not just one project, but the finally attains the desired goal of life, the experience that they get, that is called harsha. This is explained by Srila Rupa Goswami in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. And consequently, he becomes very glad, obviously. When he gets it, he becomes so glad. That is harsha. When harsha is present, what happens? The body shivers and one's bodily hairs stand on end. These are, so what are the, okay, there are perspiration, tears, and an outburst of passion and madness. So when there is harsha, all these follow. When you experience this extreme joy of achieving the goal of your life, body shivers, there is romanch, bodily hairs are standing on end, there is sweating, tears coming from the eyes, and an outburst of passion and madness, right? Maybe you'll be jumping and screaming and whatnot. Outburst of passion and madness. All these happen when there is harsha. More. The mouth becomes swollen and one experiences inertia. You know inertia. For children who may not know, inertia means there's two types. One is when you come to a stop, right? Let's say the bus is moving and it stops, or your car is moving and the car stops. So it'll just stay in that state of stop until from an external, until from outside someone puts some energy, right? So the driver comes and starts the car or somebody pushes it, then only it will move. Otherwise, for indefinite time, it will just stay there like that until and unless from externally there is some force, it will just stay there. That is inertia. But there's another inertia, moving inertia. If the bus is moving or cruise, right? Your car is set on cruise. So the car is moving at the same speed continuously because you set it to that speed. It will just keep moving. It can go on eternally unless there is an external condition. What is the external condition? Your car runs out of gas. So then it has to stop. Or something comes in the middle. Then there is brake. Because of brake, external, force, that inertia is broken. Otherwise, it will go on forever. That is inertia. So there's moving inertia and there's also inertia of not moving, just in halt, being in halt. So as a result of this harsha, the mouth becomes swollen and one experiences inertia and illusion. So inertia means you just continue doing what you're doing, or you become stunned and you just stay there until and unless there's some external. So that's why when Mahaprabhu would faint, right, what would they do? To bring him out of that, they would start loudly chanting Hare Krishna in his ears to bring him out of that transcendental inertia. Okay. So, but this is harsha is, this is even found in the material world, right? When you have this. So these are the symptoms that you will see when there is extreme joy. Mouth becomes swollen and one experiences inertia and illusion. What is illusion? Illusion means seeing things that are not actually existing. Illusion, right? Like magic. Something is not there, but the magician shows you that it is there. That's magic. It's illusion. So illusion means, like you say, Maya. Maya means actually it is not there, but you see that it is there. That is Maya, or that is illusion. So as a result of this harsha, you experience illusion. You see things that are not actually there. And there is inertia. Okay. Then When a person attains his desired object and feels very fortunate, the luster of his body increases. Okay, there's bodily transformations also. The body's luster increases, glow. The body starts glowing. When a person attains his desired object and feels very fortunate, his body's luster increases. Because of his own qualities and feelings of greatness, he does else, and this is called garva. Of course, what we are describing here is not material qualities, certainly not, because this is Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. In Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Srila Rupa Goswami has taken a vow that he will only speak, he will not speak of anything less than pure devotional service. That is his vow. He won't speak of anything other than pure unalloyed devotional service in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. But the later acharyas, like Srila Jiva Goswami, he speaks about other types of lower types of bhakti also. Why? Because if you know only of pure devotional service, you study only about pure devotional service, and you don't know what are the others, just like to make it easier to understand, now you know what is the best phone in market. Okay, you know only about the best phone, what are all the features and everything, you know about the best phone, you don't know. That means in your mind you don't even know that some lower forms exist. Can you tell me what is the problem? If you don't know that there are other cheaper varieties also existing, all you know is only about the best type of phone. What is the pitfall of that?
We won't know the value of the higher model.
Then what will happen? What can happen? What is the danger? You won't know the value. What is the danger?
Then we will fall for the lower thing.
Exactly. You will take the lower one, cheaper one, thinking that this is the highest one. Because you don't know there are cheaper ones also in market. All you know is you only say only the best, best, best. But if you don't know that there are cheaper ones which are not as good, there's fake also. You don't know there is fake. Like, pearls, you have pure pearls and you have fake pearls. You don't know that are fake. And you see fake ones, they put, shine and all that. You don't know pure ones. Oh, pearls are this and that. It's good. And you go into market, you see, pearls, let me buy. But you don't know. There can be fake. There can be lower quality. So, of course, first of all, you should know what is the best. That's why the first Acharya gives you the best. So in Srila Rupa Goswami's Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, he gives what is the best only. He takes a vow, I won't speak of anything less than pure devotional service. So entire Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is only talking about topmost, pure unalloyed devotional service. Therefore, even when you talk about sadhana bhakti, that sadhana bhakti is also only pure unalloyed devotional service. There's no room for anything less than that. But then later acharyas, for our benefit, so that we don't get cheated, we do different types of, like Mishra Bhakti, maintaining material attachments and, desire for liberation and all these things. But we study pure devotional service, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, and we think, I'm doing pure devotional service. Aren't we getting cheated? You pay the same money and then you get some cheap phone and you think, I have the best phone. You're cheated. You're cheated. So similarly, we are doing some lesser forms of bhakti, which is not according to the standard given by Rupa Goswami, but we are thinking this is pure devotional service. Then we are cheated. Will we get the same result? We won't get the. Oh, what are the other types that look the same, but actually they don't have the same quality? You actually start seeing the features, right? What are the features I should be looking for when I look for the best? And what are the other types that are available in the market? They have the same size, but what is the capacity? What is the, I don't know the different features of the phones there, maybe, about the camera, the pictures, and all that. Then you look for those. Oh, this doesn't have these features. This is not the best. This doesn't have that feature. This is not the best. This has all the features. Yes, this is the top one. Like that. So Srila Jiva Goswami tells us about all the different types of other bhaktis. You have mixed bhaktis, bhakti mixed with jnana, karma, yoga, and so many different types. Mishra bhakti. And also, you're doing sakshat bhakti, direct devotional service of Shravanam Kirtanam only, but with desires. What type of desires? You want liberation, or you want to kill your enemy, and you want material prosperity, right? That is also not pure devotional service. And another person, he thinks it's fine, I'll do whatever work I'm doing in this world, but all this I'll go and offer to Krishna, so I'm pure devotee. That is also not pure devotional service. So that is why later acharyas, they give us a broader spectrum so that we know what is real and what is fake. So that was just a side additional point here. So, but Srila Rupa Goswami talks only about pure devotional service. So that means when here Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is said means, obviously everything that we are talking about here, it is all about pure devotional service only. We are not talking about any material emotions here. So this Harsha, which is described in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, is the joy that one feels when he achieves the goal of his life. And then what are the symptoms that you see? You see the body shivering, hairs are standing on end, there is perspiration, there's tears, there's burst of passion and madness, mouth is swollen, and one experiences inertia and illusion. When a person attains his desired object and feels very fortunate, the luster of his body increases because of his own qualities and feelings of greatness. Now, he has achieved this, right? And he feels so, I've done it, right? So because of his own qualities and feelings of greatness, he does not care for anyone else. This is also an ecstasy. He doesn't care for anyone else, and this is called garva or pride. In this condition, one utters prayers and does not reply to others' inquiries. So when somebody is asking something, he won't reply. He's experiencing pride. Looking at one's own body, concealing one's desires, and not heeding the words of others are symptoms visible in the ecstasy of garva. So when one is experiencing the ecstasy of pride, what do you see? Looking at one's own body. Like pride, you just admire yourself looking at one's own body, concealing one's desires and not heeding the words of others are symptoms visible in the ecstasy of garva. So we are not talking of material pride here, certainly not. This is transcendental emotion. So again, we'll stop here. So whenever there is some description, then on those days we discuss a fewer verses, and when there is no purports, then we go faster. I will end here. We will continue tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Mataji.